The coronavirus is not just a health crisis, it is an economic crisis, the kind that has not been witnessed in recent history. Millions of jobs have already been lost, growth has slumped, industries are struggling. Should you brace for a salary cut then? We'll try to answer that. It's not an easy answer, but let's start with the trends. Markets are bleeding, and governments around the world are trying to limit the damage. In Europe, governments are writing blank checks to protect businesses. France has taken the boldest step. The French government is paying $50 billion to businesses. This is to ensure that they do not lay off workers, so that people keep their jobs. This move will help more than 3.6 million French workers. They will be reimbursed by the state for loss in wages. Their tax and loan deadlines have also been extended. And that's not all. The government in France is also giving more than $300 billion in loans to struggling companies so that they can retain their staff and keep paying salaries. What about India? What's in store for businesses and salaried professionals in India? The worst hit, we can tell you, are industries like aviation, tourism and hospitality. And that's true for India and the rest of the world, in fact. British Airways is set to suspend nearly 36,000 employees. 36,000. That's 80% of cabin crew, ground staff, engineers and those working at the head office. CEOs of global carriers have already taken pay cuts of 20 to 25%. India's largest private airline, Indigo's CEO, has also done this. For the rest of the Indigo staff, salaries have been cut by up to 25%. Only those belonging to the lowest pay grade have been spared from this. SpiceJet has announced a 10 to 30% pay cut for all its employees. Go Air has fired all of its expat pilots after suspending international operations. The airline has also announced a 50% pay cut for its top leadership, plus there's leave without pay for its staff on a rotational basis. So there'll be months when they will not get a salary. The tourism and hospitality industry in India is staring at a loss of 3.8 crore jobs. That's around 70% of the total workforce. They will be laid off. Ticket booking platforms like Make My Trip and Clear Trip are planning pay cuts. So is hospitality chain Fab Hotel. Even the news and media industry is set to take a severe beating. The Indian Express newspaper has cut salaries by up to 30%. Others may follow. This is not limited to the private sector. There was a time when government jobs in India were considered secure for life. Not anymore, it seems. Many state governments have decided to cut salaries of their employees. Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha and Rajasthan have announced pay cuts in government jobs. They range from 10 to 100% depending upon employee ranks. The latest addition to this is the state of Kerala. A month's salary of all its staffers has been cut to raise 2,000 crore rupees. This money will go into the state disaster relief fund. While Maharashtra has announced payment of salaries in installments. In this environment, it is but fair to say that one should not live in a fool's paradise. Loss of jobs and salaries seems highly likely. We are in the middle of a crisis that's going to change the way the world works. And that means we'll have to change the way we think about work and pay as well.